And that would explain why everything has been so quiet in the game. It's been because, for some reason, my audio has been genuinely turned down to a ridiculous amount. Okay, that's good. It's still a bit loud on my end, so I'm just gonna... Yeah, that's, maybe I did that to play music in the background one time, but that's kind of ridiculous of me. I can't lie. A little bit ridiculous, but that's just how it is, I guess. Well, shit, they had more ammo. Well, not much I can do about that, I suppose. Okay, you know what, let's swap to another character. You know what, actually, I kind of want to play as Venom. Do I go for comic Venom or movie Venom? 17 rats play Fortnite, that's just correct. I think I'll go with movie Venom for right now. I might swap in between, everything. Funny Venom? All Venom is funny Venom. At least it should be. I believe you are what I need, yes. And there we are. I think the silly cuddle team leader, slippers fit this very well. And I'm going to need to, run and pick up my dinner that I'm having delivered. Not too long from now. But, yeah, that's, I got home from work at my normal time. I did a couple things that I needed to do. And then I was like, okay, I have a migraine, so let's go to bed and just, like, rest, you know? It's been a long day at work. And I woke up about, like, 10 minutes ago. I'm like, oh, that's no good. Fans officially all own all the Spider-Man characters. This is true. And now I'm just some dude. And then I can slurp on the Venom. Oh my gosh, the bottom, like, textured part of the slippers are genuinely, like, it's the Cuddle Team Leader logo. That's so cool. They put way more effort into the kicks that they make themselves than any of the actual shoe brands. It's really funny. Next Venom comic should be him going to Dairy Queen to get a chocolate blizzard, and somehow it's just everything goes wrong. There's so many people landing here. This is a problem for me. Well, I killed one of them, so that's good. It's got 15 pages and slowly eating a blizzard in its heart. I'm sorry, I'm pretty sure you just invented a Family Guy cutaway with that one. Well. Ooh. If she actually hit me with that, that would have been really bad for me. That's a fair point. Aw, damn it, I busted up a train room. I like trains. I don't want to break those. Ah. Yes. I will... Ooh, Scorpion Combat Kit. This one is fun. Also, the way that they decided to do the mythic Scorpion combat kit was they were like, alright, this just doesn't have durability or cooldowns, and it's just like, that's stupid because that's how it used to be. That's how all of these, like, special weapons used to be. And now it's limited to, like, one person can get it. And it's like, oh, okay. Slightly stupid, I will admit. I may have said the Mimic instead of Mythic. I'll be honest, I'm not sure. Once again, I just woke up, which means that I'm going to have to stay up overnight to go to work and then go back to bed afterwards. Movie Venom is the Mimic? No. Oh, versus. Now I get it. Venom wins. The Mimic is just a robot. You can... Like, the thing about it, it's like, sure, it survived getting hit with hammers, but, like, at the same time, I'm pretty sure you could just hit it with more hammers and it'd be okay. I don't think hammers would do anything against Venom. What if we hit it with a 2006 Honda Civic off a bridge? That's a good idea. That's actually the ending of the FNAF movie, too. I heard that vault opened from over here. I'm gonna skewer whoever opened it and well, I was wrong. They skewered me. That's how he does. Glamrock probably drive the car with the Mimic into the Grand Canyon. Hell yeah. Also, somehow a Day Shift at Freddy's, reference. $100% intentional? Okay. Hell yeah. Pick up the facts. Grand Canyon. I don't care if 60 of the memes are stale, those memes. Yeah, those games are masterpieces. Straight up. Wait. The lily pads make frog noises, and I've been missing out on that. Aw. The real Fredbear. No, they gotta add, if they were to add the real Fredbear, I specifically want Oof Troop's Ferdinand von Bernard, or whatever his name is, which is just a PNG of a yellow bear. Like, he just made a PNG of a yellow bear for that. It was kinda awesome. That's what the real Fredbear is in Day Shift too. It's been so long, I had forgotten. Oh, that's a fucking train. Hold on, I gotta take this train to, Oh god, the train is shooting me. TTS Dave for Fort. That is something I'd want. Okay, one turret gone. Yeah, what I have determined is the best way to get rid of, Wait, no. Dave needs to be a back bling, where he's like, his head is popping out of a backpack or something, and he talks the entire time. Every time you get a kill, he just starts talking in text-to-speech. Hold on, I'm just quickly calling Natalie. Natalie is now joining us.
Hi.
Hi, Nat.
Okay, I am here.
Hello. 1 second, I need to turn down in-game volume again. That way I can hear you easier. Hello.
Yeah,
Love you. Welcome.
I will
Welcome.
say, I forgot to turn the stream audio down for a second, just like tuning in first, making sure. Forgot to turn the stream audio down, and I got incredibly disoriented by the
Oh, sorry.
differences in latency. No, that was me. That was me not muting the stream. It was fun.
These things
It's the
happen.
fun kind of disorienting.
I can never do that. Whenever I have, like... I don't know how Gesafina does this, where she is able to watch multiple streams at the same time. I can barely watch one stream at once.
I can barely hold two conversations at once. What do you mean? I can barely talk with two people at once.
Gesafina has said it's pure madness, and I am inclined to agree with her.
Yeah, yeah, I see it. But yeah, my only suggestion is TTS Dave should occasionally break into TTS Sam from Microsoft.
This is true. I mean, I'm pretty sure it's built off of the same thing, like the same like core voice.
Probably, yeah. So it should sometimes just like
It should just
break off
glitch
the
out
modern
and be
facade.
another voice.
Yeah, exactly.
Good news, my dinner is being picked up as we speak. I don't.
Let's
I
fucking
looked
go.
over at the map of the driver like a second ago, and I swear there was just like they were circling the building. I'm just like, oh, okay. They were probably trying to find like parking or something, but like, I'm not sure how many times
It's
you need to
funnier.
circle for that, but.
It's funnier to think of like hang on, switching four streams. Holy shit. That's scary. I'm scared.
Yeah.
But yeah, the circling.
Peter, that's a. That's that is crazy. Fear the rat. Fair
Fear
enough.
the rat. I will fear the rat. I will fear the ratini, if you will. But yeah,
Ah.
so it's funnier to think that he wasn't looking for parking. He was just looking for like a hitman style entrance.
Ah, yes. That way he can take all of the money that I paid for himself instead of it going to the restaurant. They've added side
Exactly.
quest. They've added side quests to DoorDash. It's quite interesting.
Dash 47, we have a mission for you.
You need to pick up the
in the west
broccoli
side
beef
and-
and chow mein.
I was thinking more, in the west side entrance, there is a clown outfit.
Do I have a mission, or are you just telling me to put on the clown outfit?
That is part of the mission. That is the mission.
The mission is the Crazy House Crazy Room. Put you in a rubber room. A rubber room with rats. And rats make you crazy. Crazy? I was crazy once. Filled me in a room.
They put me in a
Rubber
room.
room. Rubber room with rats. And rats make me crazy. Crazy? I was crazy once.
Crazy-
They
I was
locked me
crazy
in a room.
once. They
A
put
rubber
me in a
room. A
room.
rubber
A
room with
rubber
rats.
room.
And
A
rats
rubber
make
room.
me crazy.
I don't know why, for some reason, I can't think of a rubber room, a room full of rats. My brain just thinks of a room made of rats. This is as much
A
as
room
together.
made of rats is slightly more concerning, in my opinion. Like, I'm just imagining, like, imagine just like a cube-shaped rat. That's what I'm seeing now, actually. It's
They
just
put
like
me in a room made of cube
it's like the
rats.
Tom and Jerry, Jerry, but they've eaten the cheese, except it's a cube.
Me when I totally didn't eat it, a tungsten cube.
Shrill.
That is a very
I was about to
important
say, I
thread,
forget if
Rowan.
Evan actually drank copper 2 sulfate or if that was a bit. It's hard to tell sometimes. I have a picture of it, but I
Uh,
can't. I'm not gonna share Evan's face on stream.
hold on, let me look up the coppers to sulfate, right?
Yeah, copper two sulfate. I mean, it's. I imagine it would be fine. I mean, it's been like that was first year of high school, so that was a while ago now. The rat room is where I've sent the transphobes. Nice. The rats will deal with it.
The rat, singular, that forms the room.
No, the rat is the one that makes all the rules. The rats will do all the dirty work.
Oh, that explains it, yeah.
The rat is the room itself, and then the rat room is also filled with other rats. It's like a weird, like, is it actually just called a rat king? The sewer rats that are, like, tied together? It's like one of those.
Anyway, I am looking into the copper sulfate just to be sure.
I mean, he's
just
fine.
to be sure of like, hey, how safe is this to drink? Just to know if it was a bit or not.
It's probably not very safe, but it's probably, like, I imagine, like, it's probably no worse than, like, swallowing a penny.
You know what? That's true. Except swallowing a penny is okay. Swallowing a penny-shaped battery was the dangerous one.
Yes.
Batteries in general are pretty.
Batteries in general are
unsafe
pretty
to be-
tasty. This is true.
No.
What do you mean no? They are. They're delicious. And come in a variety of flavors.
Here's the thing about that. I'm pretty sure someone made like actual tests of like, okay, I'm not gonna eat the fucking battery, but here's kind of what would happen to the tongue and how we can sort of simulate that as a flavor. And he basically
Cool.
decided, nah, yeah, it's gonna be very sour for a little bit before it just starts burning the tongue.
It's like Sour
It hits
Patch
a lot of.
Kid.
It hits sour, then spicy, then oh god, my tongue is gone.
Sour, sweet, gone. Exactly.
So basically, no, you first.
I had my family brought home like a giant bag of Jolly Ranchers, and because my sister has been using them to make cotton candy in a cotton candy machine, and
Oh, that sounds so fucking good.
they are quite sour when they are turned into cotton candy. I will be completely honest.
Oh,
But it's still good. It's just sour.
I see.
But I will say, while I have been having the, I'm dead as hell. You come back. You are my escape route. While I've been having the Jolly Ranchers, I've noticed the very unfortunate thing about sour candy is that if you eat too much of it, or if it like you keep it on your tongue like that to like let it break down, it does in fact like burn a hole in your tongue. And everything tastes like rubber.
I see. Oh no!
Rubber room with rats.
Everything tastes like rubber room. Oh no! Your mouth is the rubber room.
Hell yeah. The worst that I've ever had of like that rubbery thing is I went to the movie theater once, and I along with like instead of getting popcorn, I got this massive box of Sour Patch Kids, and they should not be able to sell those at movie theaters, or at least not be the serving size that they are, because
Oh, yeah.
by the time that box is finished, My tongue, instead of having taste buds, was like completely like it was flat. It was gone.
Sand it down. Oh
It
no.
was sanded down. Yeah, that's probably the best way to put it.
But yeah,
I mean, taste buds
Josephina,
do
the
regrow, so it's not a big deal. But my mouth did, in fact, feel like it felt like if you had chewing gum for a tongue. Josephina's right. Smooth like sharks.
I was trying to look for the up arrow to say true, but yeah. But also, yes, a a big bag of Sour Patch Kids will be sour sweet, a pack of batteries will be sour spicy,
Yes.
So it's basically like chili pepper sour Patch Kids,
Yes.
which somehow we don't have, but we do have watermelon Sour Patch Kids down here.
Ooh,
We don't have the regular Sour Patch Kids, but we have the watermelon.
that's a bit odd. But
Yeah.
maybe it's something to do with like food colorings or something. I know that we in America don't have a variety of things because of food colorings. Like we don't have the most popular soda in I believe it's Scotland is Iron Brew. It's an orange-looking soda that tastes like bubblegum in my experience. We cannot have that in the United States because of the food colorings in it.
I see.
I don't know how I managed to get it in the United States from some random restaurant. It did taste like bubblegum, and I'm gonna tell you, I don't understand Scotland, who loves Iron Brew, because here's the thing, I love bubblegum. That flavor in a drink, terrible. Absolutely
I mean,
nasty.
I mean, not to give it to them because although you should give it to Scotland in some things, I will not give it to them in this. But there are some drinks that are just like, acquired taste.
That
There
is
is a
true.
malt soda
Malta
that
Goya?
I grew up with. Huh?
Malta Goya?
No, Maltin Polar, but close enough.
Ah.
Uh, but yeah, basically, it's a malt soda that everyone drank where I grew up in my little island. And just everyone liked it. It was the thing. It was just the thing of the area. And
That's fair.
and yeah, when I came back here to when I came over here to Mexico, we just kind of found it in a store, shared it around a little bit. Like, hey, do you want to try this? Yeah, sure. No one liked it,
Oh, I'm sorry.
so I understand. It's acquired taste.
Yeah, it's actually funny because there was the reason I said specifically Malta Goya is because when I was looking at the vending machine at work today, because I needed to grab some water because I was having a terrible migraine for most of my shift,
Yeah.
and then when I got home, there was it was filled like there was like two things at the bottom that was filled with Malta Goya, and I'm like, I'm pretty sure that is a strange one to have multiple stocks of, because that is a very acquired taste.
Yeah. By the way, I just thought about it like in the past 5 seconds. I don't know if that counts as a migraine. I think that's more of a migraña.
Mi grande.
Sure, that's it. It's a migrante because it was a lot.
Yeah.
But yeah, I say that specifically because you told me you somehow reverted to Spanish, and I'm still trying to figure out how that works.
I don't know how
I
it
want to
works.
harness it.
I think I was just like trying to shut out like the people trying to talk to me, like my coworkers. I was just like, please stop. I would prefer no voices. And it's just, I was like, you know what? I'm going to make my brain only work in Spanish.
I mean, that's a way to get it to work, yeah.
Oh, My food has arrived. I will be back.
Hooray! Power move, not gonna lie. Yeah, her brain pulled a power move on literally everyone, including herself. Turns out, I am learning that our brains have done that for quite a while, in quite a few ways. Our brains have power moved on us. We have gotten T-posed, we've gotten stunted on. No, stunted on. Stunted on. We've gotten all of that because our brains decided, I don't know how to handle this. Like, I grew up with this thing where a lot of my senses were just dulled out because I grew up in the city. The city has a lot of senses. It has a lot of weird smells, a lot of loud noises, and my brain just decided to, we don't need those senses. So a lot of sounds I pretty much never processed, never heard, and now I have audio processing issues. I still have trouble smelling stuff to this day. And
My order is correct.
let's go!
Yippee!
A bunch of tasty! Hooray!
Yippee! Tasty.
But yeah, I was telling Giuseppina how, like, yeah, power move. Our brains have been doing power moves on us. They've been stunting on us because, like, we have issues and our brain just goes, like, I know how to solve this.
Yeah.
Like, I grew up with a lot of senses dulled out because growing up in a city was not fun for my hearing and my smell. And my brain just decided, yeah, we don't need this.
No more. Unnecessary, unnecessary senses.
Yeah. Unnecessary senses, remove 9 yards.
Fortune cookie says,
Something.
with great risk comes great reward. That's interesting. That's something I said to Nat literally earlier today, pretty much.
Yeah, that was like not 12
Anything,
hours ago, 16 hours ago, yeah.
Anything, anything scary is worth doing scared along those lines.
Sure, let me look up the message. I have it really close to here. If my scroll wheel could work. Uh, it's scary, but things that are scary are worth doing. Yeah.
Yeah. And I agree with myself. Within the context, that was 100%. Everything is worth doing scared. Like, it was me and Nat. I was talking about getting things in order to visit her in Mexico. And it is 100% worth the fear of things potentially going wrong because then I get to be with Nat.
Yeah, and
Chokeslam your fear.
I am.
Correct.
This is true. I am getting over the fear of, well, not really getting over the fear, more balancing the fear of all the news going on right now. Of like, yeah, I want to move in with her. I want to move up there. What's going on? Oh, news. Oh no,
Oh no, the
what's
world.
going on up there? Events. The world would be a lot easier to handle than whatever the fuck this is.
Oh. Dio, damn.
Listen, Dio would not bother me at fucking all. Like, I'm not a Joestar, I don't have the strength to pull any of that shit. He would just leave me be. He's a gay-ass vampire, he understands perfectly.
This is true.
He would not be any fucking bother. The actual current events, on the other hand, are less kind than Dio, which is incredible to consider.
A man who did, in fact, just rip a man's jaw off because he was annoyed is somehow less problematic than the actual world.
Yeah.
The villains of the world are somehow Dio is nothing in compared to the villains of the real world. It's crazy how most of life's problems right now would have been solved by one dude playing some CSGO aim trainer, and I'm not going to elaborate on that statement. But if you know I'm not wrong.
One of maybe two dudes, if I remember correctly.
Yes, but also, even more than that, if we go back in time, to be fair, the one that was, like, in the 80s, also, that led to all of this, to be fair, Counter-Strike was not around back then. So...
Oh, I didn't mean in the 80s. I meant both, like, fairly
yeah,
recent.
both
But
of
yeah, that guy in the
recent
80s was
events.
another thing.
To be fair, the one in the 80s would have prevented this even more.
To be fair, a lot of things in the 80s would have prevented this.
This is true. My favorite thing is that guy is just still around and now just, like, plays, like, music at random bars and then gets kicked out because people realize who he is afterwards. It's like, no, that man is a national hero. He tried to stop it.
No, here's the thing. I think they're mad, not that he tried to stop it, but that he should have just aimed better.
The gun
I know they
jams.
didn't have, I know there wasn't CSGO, but there was, like, I don't know, Galaga? That should have helped.
in my if my memory serves correct, it was an issue with the gun jamming, not aim on that one.
Damn. Yeah, there were no games for that back then.
Yeah, no, that I guess the most you could say is that they needed to put more, like, time and effort into, you know, cleaning and prepping their weapon, but should have activated VATS. You know what? I guess Sapina's right.
Now,
And now we're going to
before
live in
anything
real Fallout
continues,
because of it.
Before anything continues, I would like to make the legal statement that no, we do not mean any intent of harm through any of these statements or references. We do not wish things to have gone. No, we do not expect to make things go differently.
Nothing ever happens. Ooh, this is a joke, this is satire, and I'm talking about,
It's just an
something else.
exercise in
It's not what you
alternate.
think, it's not what you
It's just
think
an
I'm talking
exercise in
about.
alternate history
Yeah.
and nothing else. Holy
Nothing
shit!
else,
If Venom
Smile.
was a. You see, the joke is that if Venom was a woman, Venom is already a woman.
True.
I know girls like this.
Yeah. If you look like this, DM me.
If you look like this, my address is. I am easily manipulable and kidnappable.
I am 100%
If you
fully
don't look-
edible for all Venom symbiotes. My address is 2. I was the second person to ever buy a house in America. Benjamin Franklin beat my family out on that one.
Actually, Benjamin Franklin bought it off of you. He just wanted to take the credit for the first one.
Fair enough.
You see, they're always the same.
That sounds more like a Jefferson thing to do, honestly. I love being in
I
the
don't
plot
know
of Metal
what.
Gear Solid with less Metal Gears. I don't. I would much prefer having the Metal Gears.
I am personally okay with us not having the Metal Gears in this timeline because I'm pretty sure they would be used on my country and our neighbors.
That's fair. Let's. You know what? That is a good point. We don't want that.
Although now that I think about it, that would be the perfect situation to just like leave this place
Slip in.
and walk up north. Just walk up.
I'm just waiting in Texas. I have driven there not even in my own car. It's just like a completely different, like, it's just like a truck. Where did I get it? Who
Damn.
knows?
That is a long drive. I would not expect you to do it again. I am simply gonna, bus from Texas whenever I get there.
No. We do not have a public transit system that will be able to connect you from Texas to the East Coast that simply,
Oh,
unfortunately.
I don't, I don't mean public transit. I mean like just getting a bus ticket and just going there. There are private bus tickets that can take
That's true.
from Texas to the East Coast.
I did not know that. That's cool.
Still,
Steal the bus. Yeah,
the law requires that I say I would never.
Gessapina's got a good point, though.
It is an interesting point. The law requires that I say I would never.
Yeah, of course. We would never do this. It's just an interesting thought experiment.
Agent 47, for your next mission, there is a bus.
There's a bus. It's right here.
Crazy Taxi would go insane.
Oh, imagine if instead of Crazy Taxi was Crazy Bus. I just realized that is a real game now that I think about it.
Yeah, but holy shit, still.
Crazy Bus is actually just a really funny game because it's technically not even a game, to be honest. It's literally you select. It's like a Genesis game, like a bootleg, where you select a bus, and then it just shows a PNG of that bus in the background, pretty much, and then you drive like this incredibly pixelated bus from one side of the screen to the other, while they just go through a slideshow of images of buses. And it just makes
the Genesis.
It makes like horrific tire squelching noises the entire time.
Oh no, and with the Genesis compression, oh, this sounds awful. We need to try this.
It's really funny.
Consider, we boot up this game, we mute it for us, but not for the stream. And we just pretend that we're playing like some Mozart or whatever. Meanwhile, the stream is a horror.
It's
the stream
almost
audio is horror and fear.
I'm going to be honest, it's less of a game than the Dragon Ball loading screens for Budokai games.
I believe it.
I
believe it. There are a lot of games out there that are less game than that.
I have to admire, I'm pretty sure that was a product of Latin America, and I have to admire Latin America's commitment to the Genesis and Master System, because, like, no one else does it like them.
Brazil is fucking insane in the best ways.
The official Street Fighter 2 port on the Master System was made by people in Brazil who showed it off to Capcom and said, hey, look, we made a Genesis port of Street Fighter 2. And then Capcom was like, alright, this kind of sucks for the Genesis. And then they reveal it's like, oh, well, did we say Genesis? This is actually the Master System running this. And they were like, oh, shit. Alright, then.
Hey, that's kind of insane programming. Where the fuck did you get this? Type deal.
They got
How
it
the
by
fuck did
not
you make
adding in
this?
any of the music.
Yeah.
All of the
But
sound
yeah,
effects are the
Brazil.
crunchiest thing that you'll ever hear.
But yeah, Brazil is fucking insane, both in terms of deal making. Would that be
That is a
part of?
demake, I think. Or
Yeah,
I guess it would technically be a port too, because I mean, to be fair, all of
demakes,
those games
retroports,
back in the
and
day
bootlegs.
were technically demakes because systems weren't as powerful as arcade machines. So, I guess port. I guess also demake.
Yeah, in terms of demakes, in terms of retroports, in terms of bootlegs, all of that. Brazil is incredible. It's fucking amazing for that. I don't
Brazil
know
is
how.
incredible.
They got the sauce. They truly got the sauce on that.
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't Brazil the only country where the Neo Geo took off for the fucking Stadia? I don't remember.
Uh, the Zebo.
The Zebo.
Also, I think the Neo Geo is popular there as well because fighting games are very popular uh, in Brazil as well. I don't know if the system itself was ever popular because those systems, I don't know if they ever sold in Brazil officially because those things were like $700 back in the day. Uh, so it was quite expensive. Ludicrously expensive, in fact. Um,
I'm pretty sure they never sold officially. They just like ran out of money, decided to retire the system, and when everything was like dirt cheap, all of Brazil just jumped on it.
yeah, it was like it was shipped off to countries like Brazil after the fact.
Real. It should be shipped off to countries after the fact.
What's the fact?
After the fact of what? I'm not sure. I'm not sure. It hasn't happened yet. I'm not being shipped off.
You know, she's got a point, chat.
I'm not sure I have a point. I think I'm just here.
That's fair.
I think I'm just playing silly.
You're allowed to be silly.
Yeah.
The Master System was 100% huge in Brazil. I think that straight up might actually be the biggest market for the Master System. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what Sega put in that system that made it like horrific to everyone other than Brazil. I don't get it.
I'm trying to think of a joke, but I can't. I'm trying to think of a zilly yet. Like, oh yeah, of course it had. Of course Brazil liked it. They have this thing, but I'm not. I'm blanking on everything.
Nope, I
I'm
got
blanking on
nothing. I'm
Brazil
just
jokes. This is the
like,
first time.
it's made by Japan. It's not like an attempt by the U.S. Government to just destabilize another Latin American country. So
Yeah, no, the fucking NSA was not involved in any of this. As far as we're
CIA, the
aware.
NSA is the one who monitors all of us, and for some reason that's not a concern to anyone in this country.
Right. Right, I get those mixed up.
There's a lot of three-letter organizations, and you're supposed to get them mixed up. It's kind of the point.
Oh, okay, I get it.
You know, bureaucracy and all that. I think that's the word.
It is definitely a word that helps describe the situation, you're right.
I was going to say, I am sleepy, and then I was like, why can I not remember sleepy?
Well, it's difficult to remember the word sleepy when you are sleeping.
This is true. And my brain is no longer has the migraine, so it's not defaulting back to the true American, South American way, I guess. Spanish, Latin American. See,
Yeah.
I'm apparently fighting a gender-bent Ronald McDonald. That is what that is.
Huh. I see what you
Ronaldinho
mean.
Saucer.
They don't pronounce it saucer in the game,
I
do
know,
they?
but everyone who
I'm trying to
ever
remember they do.
refers to it as Super Ronaldinho Saucer, which also doesn't make sense because where that would be released would be football, right?
Yeah,
I'm just, I don't understand.
I don't understand a lot about anything, to be fair.
Me neither.
But yeah, I guess it was like the U.S. American port, or not the U.S. American port, the U.S. American release. Because every other place, including other English-speaking places, don't call it soccer. So that's specifically for the U.S.
No, it's a bootleg. It's not a. That was never released as Super Ronaldinho Saucer anywhere. It was just like someone just made it that.
Wait, you mean there was never a company behind Super Ronaldinho Soccer?
No, not intentionally. someone someone programmed it. It's like Super Soccer 94 or something. Which, to be fair, I think Super Ronaldinho Saucer is a better name.
Honestly, yeah. A lot of things are better names than the
Uh,
specifically U.S. American release.
it was International Superstar Soccer 64. It was a 1997. I was off by a few years.
Oh,
Yeah, and the bootleg is from 1998. Um, and it replaces generic teams and players with real life counterparts, including Brazilian teams. Of course, it's from Brazil. Of course. Yep, the retail price
yeah.
is even in Brazilian. BRL. Wow. From what I'm seeing, this is a better version of the game because it has like real players and shit. Brazil, once again.
Yeah, we tend to do that with our everything that involves football, like well, soccer. Sorry.
You, refer
We
to
tend to
it
do,
whichever I understand in context.
but yeah, we tend to do that a lot. We put uh our own soccer players on fucking anything,
Mm-hmm. That's
even if it
fair.
doesn't really make sense. Like I understand, like oh yeah, marketing. Of course they're gonna like sell beer, or whatever, because stadium. You have these guys selling deodorant. You
No,
have these guys selling furniture.
yeah, we do. In America, it's the USA. Sorry, it's the same thing. Um, because right now, the two football people who are one of them is like married to Taylor Swift or whatever. They have like a beer company. Um, there was a there's this one football player who used to, I think he might still be on the Patriots. Uh, that everyone just calls Gronk. And for a while, there was a Gronk flavored Mountain Dew. Um, and one of the most like famous like examples of like a product related controversy is there was an American wrestler in the WWF, I think at the time,
Mm-hmm.
who used his image and likeness to promote a computer company, and the guy in charge of the WWE or F, whichever it was at the time, um, like he was like, he basically like destroyed that man's career forever because he didn't go through him for any like licensing like deals.
Oh,
Um, you know
oh yeah.
the guy like the owner of the WWE is this scumbag, and I can't remember his name right now.
But yeah, that guy, I see.
Yeah, you know the guy. If you look at him, you know him.
I was thinking of doing a bit of like actually looking them up and being like, "Holy shit, Linus Tech Tips!" But
He's also a scumbag. You're right.
Mr. I mean, yeah, but I don't think he owns the WWE.
Yeah. Hold on, shit. What was it? But yeah, that computer deal was also like, the dude was clearly doing it specifically like for money at the time because like the marketing was like a computer is so easy to use, even this dumbass can use it. And it's just like, cool, thanks. uh, yeah. It's just one of those things.
But yeah, I can see why this guy. I can see how this guy is so recognizable and also career destroyed. I can understand that. I can see that.
Yeah, he kind of sucks. And I
Yeah.
forget if we're talking about Linus Tech Tips or the WWE, because that dude sucks. Sorry to say that dude sucks.
Yeah. But yeah, I just love hearing about like, oh yeah, this guy, I don't know who he is, but he's a scumbag or whatever, and I'm like, okay, yeah, let me look up who this person is. Holy shit!
Yeah.
Scott the Wasp!
No!
Just like
Scott the
random
Wasp has done
people,
nothing
just
wrong.
anything. No, exactly. No, the point isn't that I land on someone that is a scumbag or on someone that is a piece of heaven and earth or anything like that. No. The point is to just land on nothing. To just
Fair.
land on very obviously not.
Hold on.
Very clear misinformation.
Hold on. Let me quickly... I'm gonna put a Scott the Waz picture on stream. Why can I
Yeah,
not
he would get
find...
along
This
with
is
the
a
best ones.
very, like, common picture. Okay, it wasn't on Google Images. They're trying to suppress this image of Scott the Waz.
Pictures that the media doesn't want you to see, and it's just the smile, the was. Scott the smile.
It's just Scott the Waz in a Black Lives Matter shirt. That's literally all it is, and now it's going to be right over here for right now. Just put that in the corner.
Yeah, we can. The tiniest.
The tiniest supporter in the whole world. The most important thing to have in your political and protesting movement is a self-proclaimed 5'9" gamer virgin. That is how he's described himself before in videos. But apparently he does have
Awesome.
he does have a partner, so good for him. He
I
also
mean,
has cats.
thankfully, yeah, thankfully he doesn't. He isn't in the fucking incel circles or anything because it's fucking insane and always hilarious. So they'll be like, "Wait a second, this person has had sex before? They're a fucking liar!"
I feel like that's why everyone hates MatPat. He has a kid, and so people have to come to terms with the fact that that dude has fucked. And I don't know if I'm prepared mentally to acknowledge the fact that MatPat has had sex.
Listen, he was in theater. It was gonna happen eventually.
That's true. Oh my, that just reminds me of one of the craziest things that man has ever said, which is he understands being gay because he was in theater.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, listen, it's a weird thing to say, but it's not like he's wrong. It's like, yeah, he's right.
Listen, it's theater. It's theater. You either get first-hand experience or you get masters in second-hand experience. You don't get to choose.
Yeah, you get a lot of hand experience in theater from what I've heard. My
Thankfully,
school
I
had a
only did
theater
audio, so I
program,
didn't
and
get
Lord
any.
knows that I have seen it secondhand. My school, genuinely, I swear I went to, like, frickin', like, High School Musical or some shit, because I was living in a sitcom.
No, engineering just does that.
That, it was, engineering caused the least amount of fires out of every single one of the things. That's the thing that's fucked up about it.
No. Actually, you know what? I can see how that makes sense.
You want to know who
Because
caused
they
the
don't.
most fires?
I know
Not
here.
culinary either. It was mostly, it was mostly dance.
Their moves are too hot.
I don't know how they managed it, but they were the ones.
I, I am still trying to process the fact that I just simply accepted, oh yeah, we are ranking the little, like, classes by which ones they had most fires. Yeah, that's a normal list to have.
I only caused one fire, and it wasn't my fault.
You?
Yeah,
Oh, okay, yeah, that's fair.
we were doing a test in engineering. We were using it one of the large, like, work lights. And it was less that any of us caused a fire and more just the lamp just started smoking. And me and my friend Zach, who were working together on this project, we just sat there for a moment looking at this lamp smoking, and we're like, huh.
We should tell the. No, not even that, just, huh.
No, that's what it was. And then we went, how are we going to tell our instructor? Because our instructor was an insane man. Old man, last year that he was teaching was our freshman year. And he very clearly stopped. He knew he wasn't
Damning at
being,
all,
like,
yeah.
he knew that the school couldn't do anything to him at that point because he was gone. And he was just like, you know what, I'm gonna zero filter this. The day Fidel Castro died, he had an entire, like, class on him. And just, this is engineering. And this man, who looks like the most stereotypical Republican you would ever meet in your life, was praising Fidel Castro for, like, 2 straight hours. And just like, huh, okay. And kind of based, I guess.
Honestly, that is my favorite brand of dude. The dude who just looks like he would be the most asshole-ish person ever, and turns out, no, yeah, he can actually, like, go on a cool rant for, like, a while. He can actually say something funny.
He was chill. He was funny. He was genuinely, like, a good teacher. Sometimes he just went off the rails. It's like one of the things me and Evan will corroborate the story. I could call in multiple people who I don't even talk to anymore just to prove this point if necessary. This man once spent a class talking about how if we were ever in a situation where, like, we had no access to modern tools, we didn't have modern weapons, how we were intended to hunt a giraffe. I'm just like, cool.
Here's the thing. You're telling this to me directly, and I fully believe it. If Evan was here to corroborate the story, I would just believe it was a bit.
It's not a bit. I
No,
promise
I'm
you,
saying because
like, cross my heart, hope
because
to
you're
die.
telling it to me because you're telling it to me straight faced, like, fully directly. I understand that it's real. I'm just saying that if Evan was here to corroborate the story, I would believe it less.
I guess that's fair. There was it was just like everyone in the class. We were just, like, listening so intently. No talking, no nothing. Just pure silence listening to this man go on about giraffes. Just like, okay. We're pretty sure he had a gun under his desk, too. Which, to be fair, that is the one man I would have, like, I would have been like, okay, yeah, I'm fine with him having that.
Josephine Rotini asks if your engineering teacher was a fucking TF2 character, and to that I have to also add the question. Was your teacher unionized by fucking Manco?
That's not a terrible, that is not a terrible, assumption to make. I don't believe, like, the weird thing, he had more in common with, like, soldier than engineer. And he was an engineer, so I don't know.
From what you're telling me, yeah, I can see that. Basically, if engineer had more brain cells left on him after all that.
In my head, he sounds like J.K. Simmons. He does! He sounds pretty damn close. Like, not perfect. And the cadence of his voice is a lot different. He talked, like, a lot slower and a bit more gruff. But he had, like, the same, like, range of voice. If that makes any sense.
Yeah, this. Nintendo destroy this man. Fuck. Soldier with less lead poisoning. I'd believe it. Actually, no, I don't mind. I wouldn't believe it. That was an old man in Jersey.
This is true.
In the East Coast.
Yep. There's a lot of.
There was an old man in the U.S. That's a. Yeah.
Also,
old people in the U.S. are full of blood.
I'm trying to remember. Was he the teacher who drank out of the lead-painted Garfield mugs?
Oh.
Maybe. I don't know.
Oh my God.
Someone did.
That would be awesome.
I drank out of those lead-painted Garfield mugs. Like... I own those. I own over one full set of them. I own an entire new set of them, as well as the one that my mom has had since she was a kid. Like.
I mean,
we didn't know about the lead.
How do I say this? We will be conjointly, no, we will join together in the lead poisoning. Don't worry.
Oh, okay. Listen, those mugs are going to be decorative. They're going to be like the grandparents' china in the house. Cadmium. Oh, that's far worse. I thought it was lead. One of my other engineering teachers, this is a completely separate dude. At one point I made a joke because one of my friends was super into Magic the Gathering, and I made a joke to them that Magic the Gathering is just a worth Hearthstone, and I have never seen the fury in someone's face other than my one engineering teacher who said no, just from across the room.
Awesome! But yeah, I just looked it up.
It was so funny.
I just looked it up. It's both. It's almost 100,000 parts per million lead. Almost 6,000 parts per million cadmium.
Awesome! That explains a lot, actually. Oh well.
How do you know?
Great. Thank you, Garfield. I own a Garfield phone. We could have a landline phone in our house that is Garfield. I'm not sure if it works, but I do own the Garfield phone. One of the ones that keeps washing up in the beaches of France.
That would be a great excuse to learn how to fix landline phones, because, one, I don't know how to do that, and two, could be really fucking awesome.
The thing is, I don't know if, like, with how landlines work, I'm not sure if something's wrong with it, it has to be, like, the speaker and microphone system. If it's anything else, it's cooked. Because those things are as, like, simply produced as possible.
Yeah. Yeah, I can confirm.
In Garf we trust. We should not trust Garf. Garf is trying to poison us.
That cat has given us lead poisoning, cadmium poisoning, As
Invading France, which is actually a reason to trust it. Little guy, come back here.
come back here, my chud son.
Yeah, Chudson. True.
I've seen a lot of people call it my stupid chud son, and I just wanted to, like, you know.
Correct
I
statement.
agree. I get it. I see it.
I think it's fun. Anytime you, like, I don't know if they still do it, but when you would jump, occasionally he would, do, like, a flip on your back. Yeah, there he is. He's happy.
Yay!
He's just a little guy.
Aww. Yeah,
Any
he's
other
adorable.
cartoon people I've met? Once again, I lived in a sitcom my entire high school time. It doesn't count as when we were taking our OSHA courses. It was like an online thing that we had to go through. It was led by a TTS voice with a stock image of just some random dude. And his name was Charles. And I feel like there was probably a gas leak in our building because we took that image and it is now just permanently like part of our group's consciousness, and it will activate like a frickin' CIA like MK Ultra trigger word.
Agent, yeah.
I still have a picture.
You basically have a
Hold
sleeper
on.
agent, yeah.
Hold on, let me find Charles real quick. That's your uncle, not the one who works at Atari, the other one. Your uncle speaks in text-to-speech? That's pretty cool. I hate having so many hard drives that File Explorer tries to die every time I open it.
I'm trying to think of a cartoon character that I may have met in the past few years, but nothing's coming to mind.
Come on, where are you, Charles? There you are. There it is. That was a vaporwave edit of Charles. This is Charles. He's just a random dude.
It's just some guy. You know what we should do? I think he would sit perfectly right next to Scott the Woz.
Well, Scott the Woz has vanished, so.
I see. He had to take his march elsewhere. He had to take his cool shirt elsewhere. I understand.
Well, I accidentally added a heat map filter to Charles, so. Well. He's green now. I was trying to remove the background, and now he's this. Okay. There you are. Super Saiyan Charles. Well.
He's gained.
He's gained.
Charles after he ate one Sour Patch.
One Sour Patch. Effects of one Sour Patch Kid. That's what happens when you eat the Sour Patch battery. Hold up. Man who has eaten nothing but Sour Patch Kids for one day. You know, like, those memes are like 1 day no X, 1 week, that's 1 day no Sour Patch Kids.
I was thinking more of the videos of like, we fed a man nothing but Sour Patch Kids for 24 hours. Here's what happened.
Yeah, this is Charles after the Sour Patch. He's eaten the whole patch. Furry. Kill the furry. They're throwing thermite at me.
Damn it, why is this so typical of furries? Why do they always have thermite?
That is a good question. I guess it's just like a built-in defense mechanism. It's like when frogs throw up their stomachs.
It's bombardier beetles.
Dragon install Charles. Okay, goodbye, Charles. You can go now. You have to go teach people how to do OSHA. I'm pretty sure I've
For
mentioned this
someone,
before. The entire point of OSHA training at my school was just so that we knew which rules we were breaking.
that's awesome. I mean, here's the thing. Like, OSHA rules are only a little bit for how you should do things. Most of them are how your company should be telling you to do things and how they should be setting things up for you.
Yes.
If those things are not followed, 90% of the time it's your company's issue, even if it's just them allowing you to do something the one way.
This is correct. Like, you are 100% correct in that.
Which also means that if something happened during your school, you would know exactly how to sue your school.
Our construction kids, at one point I saw them using 3 ladders in the most ingenious way possible. Okay, hold on. I need to open MS Paint.
Oh my god, let's go. We're getting Wi-Fi exposition time. Yippee!
Okay. I did not get a picture of this. I've gotten pictures of other circumstances at my school, like a random a random kid bringing home like a pallet, and I'm just like, oh, okay. Okay, so imagine, like, okay, you've got, okay, that is not what I wanted. They had 2 ladders set up like this and this. And then the 3rd ladder. Oh, well, I guess that one's red now. The 3rd ladder, they needed to get up here to do something. They need to get up into this area.
Oh my god,
That
they
is
used it as
the
a fucking
last
bridge.
ladder. That is the last ladder. It was genius. The triangle is the world's strongest shape. This is true. And fun fact, I actually still have... Speaking of the triangles being the world's strongest shape, we learned that for our bridge building class. And, well, not unit. And I still have that bridge making program. I can't use it anymore because all of our IDs are gone. Point click at game as solution. I mean, true. This is actually why I really like games like Bridge Constructor, because being in the middle of class and making the worst bridge possible to show to our teachers it was still working was really funny. And just seeing the light in Kevin's face dying. We don't call that man by his last name because he does not deserve the respect. That's Kevin forever and ever. Gotta make a bridge designed to kill a motherfucker. We made, one of the things that we did in class was, we had to physically make a model of our bridges and test their durability. One of the the first bridge that was tested, this one girl's group, I remember so clearly how this bridge went from existing to not existing. And the pieces of wood were gone. They were not broken, they were gone. It's like, how? How do you manage that?
You see,
this is the engineering equivalent to ladderless Sims pools. There has never been a more accurate statement about my engineering classes that it's the wrong version of The Sims.
I'm just thinking of a bridge doing that, like a bridge.
In real life?
It's not even badly constructed. It's constructed so well to leave no evidence behind.
There was never a bridge here.
That dude just disappeared on his own. I don't know what you're talking about here. I don't know what you're talking about, abridged.
Yeah, he's been abridged from the timeline.
Actually, I kind of have to go forever.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. It was a funny word. No, it was a funny wordplay. Yeah, it was a funny wordplay. I just sort of got the idea to. Oh yeah, that's a funny response to a pun. Yeah,
Yay.
my brain stopped working like 20 minutes ago.
To be fair, my brain stopped working several years ago and no one's noticed yet.
The classic Twilight Zone episode that really fucked up bridge that makes people disappear. No, here's the
I'm
thing.
pretty sure that
It's
is a
not only the
Twilight
bridge
Zone
that makes-
episode.
It's not only a bridge that makes people disappear, the bridge disappears with them. There is no evidence that there was ever a bridge, nor a person.
I think we've now
Because, like, where the
finally
fuck-
explained the Bermuda Triangle. That's
It's
why
an
it's a
island
triangle.
constructed
It's
so-
because it's the most structurally safe shape.
Wow, these bits are really folding in on themselves. Like a badly built bridge.
Yeah, this is true. We went to
As you all
we
know.
went to the bridge that made you old. It's not a beach anymore. Now it's just a bridge.
Here's the thing, there was a beach there, they just built a bridge on top of it.
Uh,
You can still go to like the underpass of the bridge and you'd still see the beach. Like
I mean,
what's left
to
of
be
it.
fair, I have pretty much been in underpasses on the beach because of like boardwalks and stuff. So yeah.
Yeah.
Oh wait, no, that's not the real person. You're the real person.
This is This is of course one of the Twilight Zone episodes that has no moral on the side. Is this just wouldn't that be really fucked up?
What if there was a
I'm not
gremlin
sure.
on the side of your plane? Fucked up, right? I'm sure you wouldn't enjoy that.
What if you were enjoying a nice intercontinental flight before a gremlin showed up before your eyes? Hi, I'm Rod Serling. I'm sure I am fucking up every possible semblance to Rod Serling's voice. However, that is part of the bit now.
Mm-hmm.
Hi,
You
I'm
just
Rod Serling.
immediately
What if I
made me
sounded
think of
completely
the,
different to how you remember?
You made me think of the what's it called? You know the fact or fiction starring that one guy from Star Trek, and I just hear the it's fiction. We made this one up. This one was invented by a writer.
Yeah. The gremlin on the Twilight Zone plane was my other uncle.
Okay, that one I see.
Your
That
uncle
one's
that
just
didn't work
that
in
one's just
Atari,
like
right?
she's not even lying on that one. That one's just true. I've met that uncle.
But yeah, you're talking about the one that didn't work in Atari, right, Giuseppina?
Yeah, no, different ones.
Hi, I'm Rod Serling. Wouldn't it be fucked up if everyone you remembered had a different voice than you remember?
Yeah, it would be pretty fucked up, wouldn't it?
The-
Turned into a
Did your
gremlin
uncle
after he
also have to-
consumed the drink. That is the plot of Rampage Total Destruction on the GameCube.
Let's go!
They turn
For
there
some
was
reason-
the plot of Rampage on the GameCube is that they released a soda called like Scrum Soda, I believe is what it was, and it turned everyone into kaiju, and it was pretty freaking sick, and you got to destroy buildings as different bootleg kaiju.
Oh yeah. I'll be honest, the combination of a gremlin and the drink made me remember the fucking
They call me the drink?
Green Goblin. Surprisingly, no. It made me remember of the fucking Green Goblin moment where, because it wasn't the Raimi trilogy, it was the other one, the Andrew Garfield one. Was it the Andrew Garfield one? Anyway, the fucking it comes and goes moment.
The It Comes and Goes. Yeah, that's Andrew Garfield, the Amazing Spider-Man 2 Hobgoblin.
Yeah, for some reason, it just reminded me of that specific goblin. So I have to ask, does your uncle's
That is such a funny way to explain. We can't have this incredibly pretty actor be evil and fucked up on our promotional materials, so we have to just say it comes and goes. It's like, imagine if Joker could turn off the Joker chemicals. That my aunt created the homunculi that make my GameCube work. Could she do it better next time? Because unfortunately, I had to repair one of my GameCubes not too long ago. I actually know, this would have been 5 years now, I assume.
Wow.
Because the issue with it was the mechanism that, like, the switch that is supposed to be the thing that controls when it tells when, like, the system tray was like open or not, which lets it, like, you know, which tells it to stop spinning, was broken.
Oh yeah.
Which meant I couldn't do anything with it. So I did eventually replace that switch properly. But in the meantime, when I just wanted to use it, what I did was I just soldered over that switch area. That way, anytime it was powered on, it just immediately started spinning. So it just overrode that.
Well, to be fair to her aunt, we don't know how long the homunculi are supposed to live.
Yeah.
And also,
they're the little Cybermen that Vegeta and Nappa brought to Earth.
And I personally don't remember when the GameCubes stopped being manufactured, much less when your GameCube was manufactured.
That would have had to have been 2001 when it was manufactured, because that one that broke was an early one. It still had the RGB out instead of just the AV.
Alright,
it was an early one.
Yeah. Giuseppina says the homunculi are slowly dying out. You're supposed to feed them with crumbs from your gamer hands. Does putting a tortilla in the disc reader help with this? Or is that, like, too much?
Nintendo said to not pour orange juice on the Wii, so I'm not sure about this one. Is it because they've replaced the homunculi and, like, they are allergic to the orange juice now, or...?
Yeah, I was about to say, I'm pretty sure that's because the Wii replaced the homunculi for the, space optimization.
Ah, yes.
To make it smaller.
They're now all... they're children homunculi.
Okay, got it.
They're children homunculi, it's okay now. They have to eat less, it's okay.
Okay. Yay.
That is definitely not an okay yay moment, I'm gonna be honest, babe.
I am a big fan of just saying okay yay in the worst possible moments.
Girl who says yay at the worst moment.
You know how they're inventing new types of guy every other day? Yeah, they invented a new type of girl that says okay yay in the worst possible moments.
Cherry says she feels offended about that one because she says yay a lot.
I'm sorry, Cherry.
It's okay. She's saying that as a joke, but I think it is funny. 'Cause that is most of her. A lot of her thoughts when we're talking is literally just okay, yay. Pan de pollo.
Hey yo,
Hell yeah.
congrats! You got a nutritious meal.
Nutritious meal. Speaking of, I should probably eat dinner.
Yeah,
I do
it
have my
arrived a
dinner
little
right
bit
next to
ago.
me.
Yeah, that could be nice for you.
Mm-hmm. Why? Okay, I just realized that my Game Girl layer is now above this layer, which is really cool. That it's not even layered like that, so that's just an issue with rendering. Great.
Awesome.
uh, yeah, I'm gonna hop off stream. I'm going to take a moment to eat, and then I will probably be texting Nat in that time. Is that okay, love?
Yeah, that's perfect. I'm gonna be sitting here entertaining our lovely audience.
Oh, I was gonna say like because like it's like 9 people are going to be sleeping in my house soon.
Oh,
Because unfortunately,
oh,
yeah, unfortunately the stream started super late because I woke up at 7 after having the longest migraine nap of all time.
yeah, that is. Your body kind of needed that, to be honest. I'm
It
pretty
did.
sure.
It did. All right.
But yeah,
Love
you have
you.
to end this. Love you too. Yeah.
Mwah. Ending stream. Bye bye.